We're now on week 5 of Nexus's Fallout Modathon. This week's theme is Legends of the Old World, where you get to shine a light on some of Fallout's forgotten past, and really delve into some of that pre-war history. But whilst we're waiting for more mods to be released for this theme, let's cover some that came out last week. There were some really good ones, and one mod in particular that I think genuinely might be the best armor mod we've ever seen for Fallout New Vegas. Huge thank you to Nexus Mods for sponsoring this video, and of course though, you should enter into the Fallout Modathon. Yes, you, even if you've never made a mod before. On the Modathon Hub, which will be linked in the description, there'll be a couple guides to get you started on how to make mods for both Fallout 4 and New Vegas. Because if you upload a mod and tag it with Fallout Modathon 2025, you could be in for the chance of being one of 4 lucky mod authors who will receive an all-inclusive trip to Las Vegas. And this sounds amazing. I mean, you get to go on a helicopter tour of the Grand Canyon, so give it a go. For more information on the Modathon, you can check out my dedicated video I did for it here, but the theme last week was Mutants and Machines, which really lets us explore and expand upon 2 of Fallout's most iconic factors, the radioactive creatures and the malfunctioning robots. So let's start by covering a new creature that's made its way to the Mojave with Gillrats by Kungkobra. Along Lake Mead and the Colorado River, you'll be able to stumble across a lake clerk's best friend, with these slimy looking mole rats. These guys look like they've adapted to the same sorts of environments the lake clerks have, from their various fins to their elongated ears, and their rather large nose, which combined with their mouth is easily the most unsettling aspect of their whole design. These creatures will easily be the grossest addition to your wasteland and feel right at home in New Vegas. They sort of function similarly to mutant hounds from Fallout 4 in that they aren't too much of a threat by themselves, but accompanied by their owners you can quickly find yourself overwhelmed. And yeah, the texture work here is really nice as well. Not only does it fit in with the vanilla game amazingly, but it really does a good job at making you feel these creatures, for better or for worse, considering that the sliminess of them is really communicated perfectly. Overall, I think this is a mod you should pick up if you want some more creature diversity in your game, as it really does expand upon the wildlife along the right hand side of the map, which in vanilla is largely in need of some extra variety. But to tackle the machines part of the theme, we have a new quest mod by Outlander with Cargobots. South of Wolfhorn Ranch, you can stumble across a newly added in bunker that's visually reminiscent of those from Fallout 4 and 76. Here, if you don't get ambushed by a legion like I did in my game, you'll find a member of the Followers of the Apocalypse. She's basically attempting to fix this tower so that it can be used by the followers to deliver supplies. But of course, not all the materials required to fix it are present, so she'll need our help to fetch the rest. We'll be sent out to a couple of locations in the Mojave to retrieve the items required to repair the tower, with one of them being this terminal we interact with that has a unique holotape ejects animation. Upon retrieving all the items, you can restore functionality to the radio, and this will lead us to actually use the tower to call in a supply requisition using a holotape that she found in the bunker. Doing so will add a quest marker to our map with the bot's location, and upon arrival we can see it drop off the supplies before leaving again. The cargo bots from this mod look stunning, especially with the animations they have. It would have been easy to just have you approach the drop off location and have the box already be there. But actually seeing the cargo bot fly in and leave once its delivery's been made just elevates this mod that much more. Of course there are more than one of these holotapes, but we'll have to find them by exploring the Mojave. There's 8 of these to find and none are too out there to where you'll not just coincidentally stumble across them. As long as you have the quest active as well, your Pip-Boy will beep and this will speed up as you get closer and closer to the holotape. Hunting down each of these is really fun. With every cargo bot dropping something unique, you really don't know what you'll be getting until you drop the crate. There's some more unique retrievals as well, so although it does largely boil down to going to a quest marker, there is some extra flair for some of them. Overall, this mod is just really fun. It's a small quest mod that adds in yet another reason to explore the waste, and it's one I really recommend you pick up. Even if you don't necessarily want to help the followers for whatever reason in your playthrough, you don't have to, as it is possible to kill the NPC and still complete the quest. Although it will be much more difficult as you'll have to install and find all the components by yourself without having the quest markers there. Staying in the Mojave for a bit longer, we have a mod that will let you taunt both NPCs and creatures. This can be done by pressing the plus or minus key, and it will play either a positive or negative taunt animation based off the key you pressed. The things that you taunt will actually react, with there even being unique interactions based off things like perks and faction reputation. Now, the negative taunts do have a limit on how many you can do to a specific NPC because, well, who wouldn't get angry if someone just ran up to them taunting constantly? It operates on a 3-strike system, and upon receiving your final warning, they'll open fire on you. Honestly, this mod is a pretty nice feature to have in the game. Is it specifically all that useful? I don't know, but the way it interacts with things like your reputation and perks makes it feel like less of a gimmick and slightly more of a feature. Now let's say you're getting back into modding Fallout New Vegas or Fallout 4 after not touching them for a while, and just get absolutely overwhelmed by all of the mods that have come out since you last played and just give up or end up breaking your game. Thankfully though, this can be avoided with Nexus Premium. Not the breaking your game part, but it does have its collection system, and Premium, although not required for it, does speed up the process a ton. Having Premium does allow you to use Wabberjack as well, which is pretty similar to the collection system just for things like Mod Organizer 2. It allows you to download a full mod list without any hassle in the matter of minutes. On top of that, Premium gives you an ad-free experience with uncapped download speeds, and the best part being there's no commitment. You can freely cancel your subscription at any time, but to be honest, if you mod these games regularly, there's no reason not to have Nexus Premium. A common complaint with these games is that you spend more time in a mod manager than actually playing the game, but you can literally have New Vegas or Fallout 4 running in a pretty heavily modded state with pretty much one click. So consider checking out the link in the description to see everything that Premium offers, and if you're interested, maybe check it out. Feral ghouls, the pitiful humans who have been driven crazy from the lack of sleep and blindness stemming from the decaying of their eyelids. Their emaciated forms are something that really only Fallout 3 and New Vegas do a good job at displaying, although ghouls in both the Commonwealth and Appalachia do still show signs of starvation. What if their existence could be even more miserable though? Well, that's what Infested Ferals does. It introduces a new type of feral ghoul to the Commonwealth, who have been the unlucky recipient of some bloatfly maggots that have had the chance to grow inside of the ghoul. This is reflected in their bodies, as you can see these weird lumps and bumps of the bloatflies inside them. And this does have an effect on combat, because upon dealing with the main feral, the swarm of bloatflies that have been nested inside of it will promptly explode and go after you. This new variant of ghouls can be found alongside normal ones, and it just makes fighting them feel a lot more dynamic than it ever did in the vanilla game. I really enjoy mods that add in new enemy variety into these games, because outside of something like 76 where you have a ton of unique bosses and creatures, the mainline entries in the series do kind of lack in this department. So adding in some new enemies to fight makes this a mod I really think you should consider installing, especially when it's expanding upon the already existing creatures. Finally though, we have a mod that genuinely might be one of the best armor mods that's ever been released for Fallout New Vegas. That being the Long Road Ahead armor pack by Qwib. With this mod installed, you'll be able to retrieve your courier clothes in Doc Mitchell's house after waking up. And this set already by itself looks really nice, but there's even more to it, as this armor is probably the best integrated that I've ever seen from a mod. Because as you explore and travel around the wastes, ultimately culminating in your arrival at Hoover Dam, along the way you'll be able to stumble across upgrades to this armor that can be applied at a workbench. Each one will increase your armor's stats, and each one coming with unique benefits. This really is an armor mod for a playthrough, and with how it's spread out throughout the wasteland, it's sure to be a balanced and reliable set throughout that whole time. The first piece you'll probably stumble across is your bullet scarred hat that's located at the Goodsprings Cemetery, and then the Gunslinger's vest, which is in the Sheriff's office for Prim. Taking this to a workbench, you can upgrade your courier's clothes, and this will basically be what you do for each subsequent upgrade, with there being 9 in total for you to acquire. Each of these upgrades are visually represented on the armor after you craft them, and each one is incredibly lore friendly and immersive. It makes more sense in my opinion for a wastelander to be upgrading their current clothes than just picking up whatever they loot from someone they've just put several bullets in. There's unique flares for each main faction in the game as well, so you have your Yes Man, House, the NCR, and Legion flares, with each of these also having unique stat bonuses that make sense for that faction. But more importantly than everything else, this armor set is beautiful, easily one of the best looking armor mods for New Vegas, and genuinely might be one of my mods of the year. It's really good, and is a mod that I couldn't recommend more if you're looking for something that can visually represent the choices that your courier makes, such as Ulysses Duster, without being forced to complete Lonesome Road in the first place, and gives you an extra little task for you to accomplish throughout your whole playthrough. This is something that you should definitely pick up. Anyways, that's gonna be all for today. I hope you enjoyed, and don't forget you can enter into the Fallout Modathon yourself. All you need to do is upload a mod and tag it with Fallout Modathon 2025, and you could be in for the chance of winning a trip to Vegas. The theme now is Legends of the Old World, so if you have any good ideas for a mod introducing some old world tech or ruins, why not upload it? There's nothing to lose. With all that being said though, I hope to see you all next time.